The waitress had no idea Elon Musk was watching. What happened is incredible. Imagine going about your regular day, doing your job just like any other, only to find out later that someone incredibly famous, someone known by millions around the world, was quietly watching you the whole time. That's exactly what happened to one young waitress. She had no idea that she was being observed by one of the most influential and wealthy people on the planet, Elon Musk. And what happened next? Well, it's a story that you won't believe. It all started on a typical day for the waitress. She had been working long shifts at a popular restaurant in a bustling city. It wasn't unusual for her to serve different kinds of people, from everyday locals to the occasional celebrity. But on this particular day, everything seemed ordinary. She didn't notice anything out of the ordinary when a quiet customer entered the restaurant and sat in her section. He wasn't flashy, didn't demand attention, and looked like a regular customer. She greeted him with the same warm smile she gave everyone else, and took his order without a second thought. As the day went on, the waitress continued her work, balancing trays, taking orders, and making sure every guest was satisfied. She had no clue that this particular customer, sitting in the corner of the restaurant, was observing every detail of her interaction. What she didn't know was that this quiet, seemingly ordinary man was none other than Elon Musk, the billionaire entrepreneur and founder of Tesla and SpaceX. He was known for his massive contributions to space exploration, electric vehicles, and futuristic technology. But on this day, he was simply watching and waiting. But why? Why was one of the richest men in the world sitting there, quietly observing a young waitress at a small restaurant? Was it curiosity? Was he just passing through? Or was there something more? Whatever the reason, what would happen next was beyond anything the waitress could have expected. Throughout her shift, she remained unaware of Musk's presence. In fact, she treated him no differently than any of her other customers. That's the thing, her kindness, her hard work, and her genuine care for each of the people she served stood out in a way that you can't fake. It wasn't about who the customer was. It was about doing her job well and with heart. At one point, Musk observed as she rushed over to help a family with young kids, making sure they were comfortable, offering extra napkins, and checking in on them regularly. She didn't have to go the extra mile, but she did. And it was clear that this wasn't a performance. It was just who she was. Elon Musk, sitting there quietly, saw something in her actions that many others might have overlooked. But he wasn't the type to let something like that go unnoticed. Still, she had no idea. She didn't know that the man she was serving was someone who could make life-changing decisions in the blink of an eye. She didn't realize that her small acts of kindness were being noticed by someone with the power to completely alter her future. As the shift went on, she continued to work hard, not knowing what was coming her way. At the end of the meal, the man who had been sitting quietly the entire time stood up to leave. As he approached the counter to pay, the waitress casually greeted him again, thanking him for his visit. He handed over his payment and, without saying much, left the restaurant. It wasn't until after he was gone that something caught her attention. She went to the table to clear the dishes and found something that stopped her in her tracks. There, lying on the table, was a tip unlike anything she had ever seen before. It wasn't just a few extra dollars. It was a life-changing amount of money. But that wasn't all. Alongside the tip was a handwritten note, and as she read it, her heart began to race. The note revealed the identity of the mysterious customer, and the words written in it left her speechless. Elon Musk had been watching her, admiring her work ethic, her kindness, and her dedication throughout the entire shift. He had been so impressed by how she treated others and handled her work that he decided to leave her something extraordinary, an opportunity that could change her life forever. But what exactly did the note say? And what did Musk leave for the waitress that would leave her in complete shock? Well, that's where things get even more incredible. The surprise didn't stop at the tip. What Elon Musk had planned for this young woman went far beyond anything she could have ever imagined. Stay tuned to find out what happened next, because what Elon Musk did for this unsuspecting waitress is a story that will leave you amazed. It's a reminder that sometimes, even when you least expect it, life can take an incredible turn for the better. And in this case, it all started with one quiet meal and a waitress who had no idea who was watching. The waitress stood frozen, staring at the note in disbelief. Her hands trembled as she reread the words over and over, trying to process what had just happened. The tip alone was staggering, enough to make a huge difference in her life. But it was the note that really struck her. It wasn't just about the money. It was about being seen, being recognized for her hard work and kindness by someone as influential as Elon Musk. As she tried to calm her racing heart, memories from the day flashed through her mind. She had no idea she had been serving one of the most famous and powerful men in the world. To her, he was just another customer. In fact, she'd hardly noticed him beyond the usual interaction, taking his order, bringing him his food, and making sure everything was fine. There was nothing out of the ordinary, nothing to suggest that her entire life was about to change. But here she was, holding a note from Musk himself. The words were brief, but they carried a weight she couldn't quite grasp yet. He praised her for her work ethic, the way she treated people, and how she went above and beyond to make sure everyone in the restaurant felt taken care of. The note ended with a promise. Something big was coming her way. Musk had left more than just a tip. He had left an opportunity. What did that mean? What kind of opportunity? Her mind raced with possibilities. Could it be a job offer? Was he offering her a chance to work for one of his companies? Maybe even something as wild as an investment in her future. The questions swirled in her head, but there were no immediate answers. All she knew was that this note had the potential to open doors she hadn't even imagined. The days that followed were a whirlwind of emotions. She told a few close friends and family members about the note and the generous tip, but even as she shared the story, it felt surreal. Was it really happening? Or was it just a strange coincidence? A once-in-a-lifetime encounter that would fade into a distant memory. But then something unexpected happened. A few days later, she received a phone call from an unknown number. On the other end of the line was a representative from Musk's team. The voice on the phone confirmed what she had been too afraid to believe. Elon Musk hadn't just left her a note and tip as a kind gesture. He had a plan in mind, and now they were reaching out to discuss the next steps. It turned out that Musk had been quietly supporting small businesses, startups, and individuals who showed promise and dedication. He believed in recognizing hard work, not just in boardrooms or tech conferences, but in everyday people who were striving to make a difference in their lives and the lives of others. And now he wanted to offer the waitress something extraordinary, an investment in her future. She was invited to meet with Musk's team, who wanted to learn more about her story, her ambitions, and her dreams. The idea of sitting down with a team that worked directly with Musk felt surreal. She was just a waitress after all. What could they possibly see in her that was worth this kind of attention? But this wasn't just about what she did for work. It was about who she was as a person, the kindness she showed, the dedication to her job, and the way she treated people, no matter who they were. These qualities had caught Musk's attention, and now she was being given an opportunity to explore what that could mean for her future. As the days went by, she prepared for her meeting, feeling both excited and nervous. She didn't know what to expect, but she knew this was a chance she couldn't pass up. What if this was the beginning of something life-changing? What if Musk saw something in her that she hadn't yet realized herself? At the same time, doubts began to creep in. Was she really ready for something like this? What if it was too good to be true? And even if it was real, what if she wasn't able to live up to the expectations? The pressure weighed on her, but deep down, she knew she had to take the leap. Finally, the day of the meeting arrived. She entered the sleek, modern office where Musk's team was waiting. They greeted her warmly, and as the conversation unfolded, they asked her about her life, her goals, and where she saw herself in the future. She spoke openly, sharing her experiences and the challenges she faced working long hours to support herself. She talked about the importance of kindness, how she believed in treating people with respect, no matter their background. It wasn't a fancy story, but it was honest. And that's when she realized something important. This wasn't just about her job as a waitress. It was about her values, the way she lived her life, and the person she wanted to become. Musk had seen that, and now he was offering her a chance to take those values and apply them on a bigger scale. As the meeting wrapped up, the team hinted at what was to come. They weren't just offering her a financial reward or a one-time gesture of goodwill. There was something much larger in the works, something that would push her beyond her comfort zone and give her the opportunity to grow in ways she had never imagined. But what exactly was it? What did Elon Musk have in mind for her future? The suspense lingered as she left the office, knowing that whatever was coming next, it was going to be something incredible. She was on the brink of a new chapter, one that would take her far beyond the walls of the restaurant where her story began. But she still didn't know exactly how it would all unfold, or just how much her life was about to change. As the waitress left the meeting, her mind raced with possibilities. She had no idea what Elon Musk had planned for her, but one thing was clear. Her life was about to change in ways she couldn't have predicted. Days turned into weeks, and the suspense continued to build. She had shared her experience with only a few people close to her, and while they were excited for her, they also shared her sense of uncertainty. What exactly was Musk's team working on? What kind of opportunity had she been chosen for? Then one evening, she received another phone call. This time, it was direct. Elon Musk himself wanted to meet her in person. The idea of sitting face to face with someone as famous and powerful as Musk felt surreal. She couldn't shake the feeling that everything in her life had been leading to this moment, but she still didn't know what to expect. The call was brief, but Musk was clear. They would be meeting soon, and he had something important to discuss with her. The day of the meeting finally arrived, and she found herself walking into one of Tesla's sleek offices, feeling a mix of nervousness and excitement. Musk greeted her personally, and his presence was both casual and commanding. He didn't waste any time with small talk. Instead, he got straight to the point. He had been impressed with her not only for the kindness and dedication she showed in her work, but also for the humility and strength of character she carried in everything she did. He explained that he had been quietly supporting people like her, individuals who, despite not having wealth or status, had the power to make a difference through their actions. And then Musk revealed the big surprise. He wasn't just offering her financial support or a one-time reward. He wanted to invest in her future, personally. Musk explained that he had created a fund to help people like her, hardworking, honest, and kind individuals, achieve their dreams. The fund wasn't just about money. It was about providing mentorship, resources, and opportunities that would allow people to grow, both personally and professionally. He believed that she, with her values and work ethic, was exactly the kind of person who could inspire others. As the waitress listened, she felt overwhelmed. She had never imagined that her simple acts of kindness at a restaurant could lead to this, a chance to be part of something much bigger than herself. Musk's vision wasn't about changing the world in one dramatic swoop. It was about empowering people like her to make small, meaningful changes that could ripple outward. In addition to the fund, Musk offered her the chance to work directly with his team. He didn't want her to quit her job immediately or make any rash decisions. Instead, he wanted to give her time to think about what her long-term goals were and how she could best use the resources he was providing to build the life she wanted. Whether it was starting her own business, pursuing an education, or continuing her work in a way that aligned with her values, he wanted to help her get there. The waitress was speechless. It was more than she had ever dreamed of. Musk had seen something in her that she hadn't even fully recognized in herself, and now she had the chance to take her life in a completely new direction. The offer wasn't just life-changing financially. It was an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to make an impact. After the meeting, she took some time to reflect on everything. She realized that while the offer was incredible, it was also a huge responsibility. Musk wasn't just handing her success. He was offering her the tools to build it. It was up to her to decide how to use them. And in the end, that's exactly what she did. She accepted Musk's offer, but she did it on her terms. She continued to work at the restaurant, though she started taking classes on business management and entrepreneurship in her free time, using the funds Musk provided. Over the next few years, she gradually built her own small business, one that reflected her values of kindness and service to others. With Musk's mentorship and support, she grew both as a professional and as a person. In the end, the waitress's story wasn't about the money or the fame. It was about the power of everyday actions, how a simple act of kindness can lead to opportunities you never expect. It was about the idea that sometimes the smallest moments can have the biggest impact, and you never know who might be watching or what opportunities might be waiting for you. For the waitress, it was a lesson in staying true to herself, no matter the circumstances. And for those watching, her story serves as a reminder that even in the most unexpected moments, life can surprise you. In the end, what matters most is how you treat others, the hard work you put in, and the integrity you carry with you. Because just like in this story, you never know when someone like Elon Musk might be quietly watching, ready to help you unlock the next chapter of your life.